everybody, Caitlin Silva here. Hi and welcome to the 4-day workshop on finishing and publishing your book, especially if you have been struggling with block time and all the different kinds of struggles for any amount of time when it comes to your book. So I'm so excited that you're here. I can't wait to dive into the content and share with you guys everything that I have planned over the next few days. So who am I? I am the founder of The Author Mentor. I am a 3-time best-selling author and also the author of a few other books, some under a pen name. I've been both self and traditionally published, and I have several years in the publishing industry as well as over a decade of experience in writing, and therefore everything that I'm sharing with you guys is from my own experience as well as my own investments and learning about the industry to help you avoid all of the pitfalls and mistakes that are very common and that authors typically make, that I made as well, in order to help you to have more success and be able to overcome these hurdles and be able to actually get to your dreams and your goals as an author. So over the next few days, here's what you should expect. So today, we're going to be talking about time. As I have seen in the industry that so many people struggle with having enough time to write, having enough time for the things that matter to them, having enough time for all the different parts of the process to publishing. So time is a really big hurdle, a really big struggle that people face in today's industry, in today's world. Everyone's so busy, right? And so we're going to be talking about that today and how you can not only have time to write, but how you can make the most of that writing time. Tomorrow, for day number 2, we're going to be talking about writer's block and the 5 root causes of writer's block and how you can overcome them so that you can actually get your writing done. So definitely stick around for day 2. Day 3, we're going to be talking about your published book, and the number one thing that really holds would-be writers back from being able to move forward and publish their book and what you can do about it, as well as different things that you can consider as you're moving through the publishing journey. And then finally on day 4, I'm going to share with you guys a most effective way for writing your book, establishing yourself as an author, and launching your book to bestseller status whenever you're crossing that finish line. So let's go ahead and dive into the content for today, day number 1, all about time and how to actually have time for your book and make the most of that time. So I'm going to share the big 3 things that you guys can consider as you're thinking about this particular struggle for your book. So if you struggle with time, and this has been something that's, you have a really crazy work schedule and maybe you have different hours every single day, or maybe you have kiddos running around in the background. If you're like me, I'm a mom, I've got kiddos, so I completely understand that one. Or maybe you just have a lot of other things going on, and so it's really hard for you to juggle everything in your life and then also squeeze in the writing. And so you're wondering, okay, how am I supposed to actually get this done and make it a priority, right? So I want to share with you guys that, first of all, it's really important to be aware of your time and be intentional with your time, right? So I'm not talking about running like a hamster wheel and trying to squeeze in as much as possible. What I'm talking about is really just knowing what things you are spending your time on right now and what things you can cut out because they're really not important or they're really not adding to your life. So for example, how much time are you spending on Netflix, right? Or how much time are you spending scrolling through Facebook, and before you know it, you've looked at the clock and spent an hour already, right? Or how much time are you spending maybe even just lying around doing nothing? And honestly, it's easy to slip into those places of just letting yourself get into that place of, oh, I'm just really tired, or I really just want to do nothing or whatever. And that's totally fine. You definitely need to have that time to take care of yourself, to relax, to just not worry about anything. That self-care is so important. But at the same time, if you're letting it become something that's out of control and it's something that is just wasting time instead of actually adding to your life and being beneficial, that's what I'm talking about. That's the time that I'm telling you that you can be more aware of and be more intentional about, right? So evaluate your day. Take a day, maybe even a week, and pay attention to how you're spending your time. You don't have to log it and do super crazy unless you super want to, but take time to just observe and pay attention to where your time is going and how much time you're spending on different activities throughout your day that maybe are not really adding to your day, adding to your life, and really beneficial for you. Once you're aware of those pieces of time, it's important to then evaluate how you can use that time differently. So one thing that you can do is you can be more intentional by pre-planning your day. So maybe you're not huge on calendars and planners and all of that, or maybe you are, which is fantastic. But even just doing something super simple like right before you go to bed at night, grabbing a sticky note or maybe a notepad in your phone, a notepad app, and writing out the different things that are the biggest priorities that you want to accomplish the next day. And making that list before you go to sleep so that you are prepared, you're mentally already knowing how you're going to spend your time in the following day. And that way, even if you get nothing else done the next day, right, as long as you get those big priority things done, you can feel accomplished and you can know that you made the most of your time for that day. So for your book and for writing specifically, you want to actually put in your writing time as a priority, right? You want to pre-plan it for your day. So maybe you can get up a few minutes earlier, or maybe you know that you're going to have time during your lunch break at work, or maybe even if it's your day off, you can pre-plan a portion of that day that's going to be allocated for your writing. And that's going to bring me to the next really big thing, and that's going to be thinking about ways that you can get creative in the way that you actually make the most of your writing time. So for example, if you do have a really crazy work schedule and you can't write every single day, that's actually okay. I don't write every single day, and I don't advocate that people have to write every single day to be a writer. However, it is crucial to be consistent and to make your writing a priority. So maybe you can only write every single week, and that's completely okay. But you do want to actually set aside that time and make time during your week, right? So maybe it's a few hours on your day off, right? But if you really are thinking about it and you're thinking, okay, I have a really hard time with distractions and different things going on in the background, right? Maybe you have a dog that likes to go crazy, or maybe you have kiddos that are running around, or who knows what's going on, right? Maybe you have some crazy roommates. Either way, it's important to be aware of what those things are and eliminate those distractions as much as possible and seek out where you can get help so that you can make the most of your writing time. So it's pre-planning, it's being intentional, it's being aware of where your time is, and then making that time for your writing. But then it's also being conscious of what's going to take away from your writing time and eliminating those things. So maybe you can ask a friend to come over and dog sit for you, so you can go to a coffee shop or something and work on your book for an hour or a few hours on your day off, or on a great time for you that works with your schedule. Or maybe you have a parent or your partner or something like that can come help with the kids, or could take them for an hour or something like that. Maybe you have a friend that also has kids that has a project they're working on, right? And so maybe one week you offer to watch their kids for them while they work on their project, and then the next week they watch your kids for you so you can work on your project. You can trade off, and that way you can still have a consistent time to get your writing done. These are just a couple of examples and a couple of ideas, but this is a way that you can look for opportunities to actually get help and to make your writing even more of a priority and take it more seriously. It also speaks to other people and helps kind of set boundaries to say, hey, I'm writing, this is serious to me, and I really want you to respect my writing time. So getting other people involved and actually asking for them to help and really just being clear with them and saying, hey, this is my writing time, I need it to be undistracted, is also really great, because it not only tells them, but it tells internally yourself that this is serious, this is your writing time, and you're going to make the most of it, right? Because you're eliminating distractions and you're making this time important to you. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope that gives you guys a couple of ideas and some light bulbs going off on some things that you can do if you're struggling with time and you're struggling with making the most of your writing time that you have. If not, definitely reach out and let me know at Caitlin Silva at caitlin-silva.com, and let me know if you have any additional questions or this is the struggle for you. So definitely stick around, because tomorrow I'm going to be talking about writer's block, which is probably the biggest thing in the market that people struggle with when it comes to actually writing their book, right? And so stick around for day 2 tomorrow, where I'm going to be talking about writer's block, the 5 root causes of writer's block, and how you can address them so that you can actually get your writing done. So I'm super excited for day 2, and I'll see you guys then.